Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Back Yourself podcast.
Again.
Here with another pod in the same night, talking
Rubbish.
round 13 in the NRL. Obviously, the
Big
life of a
pointless
punter,
one.
we move on to the next task very, very quickly. So we've had our 30 minutes to talk shit about the Queensland team, and now we are back
Is that
to
what we
normal
did?
proceedings, talking about Knights come Friday night, 48 hours from now. Welcome, Christopher. How are you feeling, mate? Has the Origin fever run off, and are you ready to watch Dragons of
No,
War?
that game really ran it off. I can't wait for Knights.
Oh yeah, it just goes from good to great in the NRL. There's no dull moment, and as much as I get frustrated when 500 underdogs go and win in a row, it's the greatest sport on earth for a reason. And shout out to the Zarafos brothers. We are talking your team after their big win against the Broncos at Suncorp. They have a bye and conveniently now $1.50 favourites against Newcastle.
I'm going to tell you before you go into it too much.
Okay.
They're both going to the game. I'm just leaving.
Okay. Well, congratulations, Knights, for winning that one. Nah. In all honesty, Knights, you are the only motherfuckers that could be plus 5.5 to a reserve grade Penrith team and then be plus 5.5 to a full strength Dragons team 6 days later. That's new to me, but
They raped them. That's why.
it's Knights at the end of the day.
Okay,
There's
go
nothing
through
consistent about them
ins
except
and
their
outs.
lack of ability to score.
Ins and outs.
Ins and outs, baby. And the Dragons fans will be happy with this one. Powerhouse winger Christian, bracket, the money man, bracket, Tui Piloto is back from a hamstring injury and takes Corey Allen's spot. Thank God for that. Dylan Egan's season-ending knee injury sees Luciano promoted to the starting side with Toby Couchman joining the bench as he returns from a shoulder injury. Carl Flanagan will line up at halfback with King Togia named at 5'8". They just switched them around for no reason. I think he's been put in charge to shut down Dylan Lucas. Emre Gula is 18th man when he should realistically be 80th man. Moving on to the Knights. Kalen Ponga apparently has been named to back up 48 hours getting raped by New South Wales, with Fletcher Sharp going to 5'8" and Tyson Gamble going to halfback. Leonardo is back after having Grastro and backing down to the Penrith reserve grade team, so Brodie Jones reverts to the bench. Adam Elliott's hurt his bicep, so Matt Croker will start at lock with Hetherington to come on and get sent off from the bench.
Wait, is Val playing?
Val is named in the centres at this stage currently.
You didn't say it.
So currently Dragons laying 5.5. In my opinion, I'm putting these retards under duress because I'm sick of Dragons constantly beating Melbourne, immediately losing the following week to a team they should beat, beating Brisbane, having a bye, and now... how many times are you guys going to give up at the gong? It's getting too much for me now, Dragons. It's Knights. I predict Ponga will not back up. And for as good as Fletcher Sharp was last week, I don't consider his caliber of opposition NRL standard, where this is actually like a turning point for Dragons that, sure, you've blown games, but you've won enough high-leverage games for no reason that you're in the mix with everybody else when realistically you should be 2-50. So this dogwank Knights team coming to town, there's no reason for you guys to lose to them. 5.5, is that it? Let's go clean Gutherson. I want to see you doing the Gutherina and the fucking in-goal and putting Knights to bed so they don't win another game for the next 3 months.
I hope they win.
And that's coming from us who actually took Knights money line last week.
I like
so
Knights.
a lot can change in a week, but
I like
fuck
Knights.
Knights.
I like Knights.
You can't run out Fletcher, Hunt and McCarthy on one edge and win again.
Yeah, they're not going to win. Knights... I agree with everything Sane just said. There's no reason for me to analyse anything because, Knights, you got your win and you realistically should be 8.5 this week and last week you should have been 2.5. But the bookies don't know what to do with you idiots. So they've decided, you know what, Dragons are shit anyway, 5.5. Let's see how we go.
Can you realistically put Dragons bigger favourites than that?
Oh, yeah.
What's Knights? You can... The rule book gets thrown out when Knights are playing. Is that what you're telling me? They're that bad.
It actually will close at 6.
I'm putting Dragons under duress.
It could be 10 by time game there.
Oh, if Kalen doesn't... Oh, you can't put Dragons 10.
But they will.
They're embedded.
Well, who the fuck's going to... What, they're going to bring Cogger back in?
I think on game day you'll see 8.
You're going to... Nah, is that it? Without Kalen?
What if Kalen and Val both don't play?
Yeah, 8's right.
Fuck me.
Yeah,
it's not... What are we talking about? It's not.
I think 10.
Fuck Knights.
If Kalen's just out and Val plays, I reckon 10. We'll see -10.
Well, that would be insane. But moving on to Saturday night, the thriller in Manila starts at 3 p.m. Obviously,
there's no thriller.
Origin round, so we only have the one Friday game, no Thursday night footy, and we move to the Gold Coast Where?
I will miss Bitcoin. I'll shout out Bitcoin. Shout out Seraldo. Shout out Gus.
Chris Creas, Matt,
Chris Creas,
all the
Matt.
boys.
Shout out
Lachlan
Lockie
Galvin,
Galvin.
Toby Sexton, Reed Miney, which probably deserves its own 2-minute segment, but I don't really give a fuck. How about we talk about that in the preview of the Queen's Gambit when they run out there next week? And they've told Reed essentially, even though you bled blue and white for us, we don't give a fuck about you. We have Galvin now. And Bailey Hayward.
There's so many clubs that need a hooker, mate, so don't worry. You're probably high commodity.
I'm sure you won't be fucking out of a job for a long time. Titans getting 11.5 at home with the following ins and outs. Coach Des Hasler again shuffles his backline with Jalen DeGroot at fullback, AJ Brimson at 5'8", Kieran Foran on the bench, Brian Kelly coming in the centres for Tony Francis, Maroon Stars. Can you even call them stars after tonight? Fermo Fodawaker and Fasor Malawi back up.
Fasor Malawi.
And Isaac Fasor Malawi is listed in the reserves.
Wait. So who's playing halfback?
Danny Campbell. They're back to the brand new offense.
So who's playing half 5'8"?
Brimson. Foran's back to the bench. DeGroot's the fullback.
Garbage offense.
They can't score. Harry Grant, Cameron Munster and Liera have all been named and should play through game 1 unscathed. Bronson Garlick has been promoted to the bench. That's probably the only promotion he's ever going to get again. Jack Howard has been named among the reserves as he returns from a dislocated shoulder.
You better hope he doesn't play.
So, 11.5. Essentially close to a full-strength Melbourne team coming off a loss to the Sharks and a bye.
This could be our newest T-shirt.
Is that it? Titans should die. They're coming off a bye, aren't they?
Yeah. They've given up on their bye.
I'm not sure that helps them at all.
No, it
They're the
doesn't.
type of cunts that come back from their bye and give up.
Did they win before their bye?
No.
Yeah, they won.
They raped Knights and they got absolutely bent over in Canberra.
Oh, yeah.
Which I'm not sure there's much coming back from that.
I think they've
You're going to run
up.
out. This team's awful.
I think they've given up on the year as well.
I think an angry Melbourne side will beat them by 24. A bored Melbourne side might beat them by like 14. I think either way they're going to cover.
A really angry Melbourne side is going to be by 60.
Yeah. There's no redeeming quality about this Titans team. Besides, sure, they can score, I guess, but...
Well, Melbourne will concede, but then they'll score 3 at your end, so like...
I actually don't even give a shit if any of these Melbourne cunts back up.
They got to win anyway.
Yeah, doesn't really matter.
Well, Grant should play. I don't know if I want him to, but...
Grant...
Oh, he's going to play angry. Yeah. We might have to take him anytime.
I know, yeah. To redeem himself for giving up on Queensland. He's going to rape Titans.
Well, if Munster doesn't play. It's not a big deal.
Yeah,
Wishart will start there. They'll win 100 0 anyway.
Yeah, that's fine.
This guy's playing? Nelson's back?
Yeah, Nelson's back. He's back.
Oh, shit.
They're so bad.
Titans, they've shown nothing.
What's the fucking total points in this game?
50?
You could see 80 points scored. 30 from Titans and 50 by Melbourne. 51.5. I'll take overs. And that's not something I would normally give out at that high a total line, but...
It's Titans.
Over 51.5 if you don't really feel like playing 11. But
Melbourne don't care.
It's Titans. They're fucking horrible.
Agreed.
Moving on to the Eye of the Tiger, who have been in the headlines for all the wrong reasons.
I just want to hear this lineup. Please don't.
Having farewelled Galvin. Do you know who's playing 5'8"?
Please don't say Dewey. Please don't say Dewey.
It's worse. You'll never guess it either. Shout out to Harry if you want one at this stage.
Shout out Charlie.
It pains me that I have to read this out, but Cowboys laying 9.5 at home after giving up to Manly before the bye. Running out. Dearden, Nanai, Cotter, and Reece Robson have all been named in the starting side with Jackson Paulo to come in instead of Murray Taulagi, who's hurt with a calf injury.
I'm going to guess. Don't say Tigers won yet.
Sam McIntyre moves to prop with Cohen Hess to the bench. Cotter comes in at lock after giving up to New South Wales. Thomas McKaylee is the man to make way, even though was he even there in the first place. The Tigers player who is playing 5'8".
They didn't put the silver there, did they?
I wish they did.
What? Who the fuck's playing there?
You'll never guess.
It's not Dewey?
I was actually going to back him with the start until I saw this cunt in there. 5'8" Lachlan Galvin has been replaced by Heath Mason in the only change to the side that gave up to Souths. The club said on Tuesday they have made a decision to not select Galvin in any grade and also excused from training commitments this week.
He literally signed.
Samuel Afanu is healed and ready to go after giving up the Souths, but Fanua Bole remained sidelined. So it's the same cunts, but they went the route of Heath. With Sione Fainu, who's... Oh, no, that's not the half, is it? That's the kind that comes on and drops it every week. Yeah, this team. Naden's still on the bench. Harrison Edwards.
Holy shit, they might come last.
McIntyre. Just fuck me. This is the weekly skip of. I'm not laying 9 with Titans.
I might take them.
Oh, with Cowboys. They're gonna fire up, or you gonna take Heath? I might. If it was any other team, I wouldn't take him, but it's Cowboys, so I might have to.
No, actually, I need confirmation that all the Queensland players back up for them.
Oh, so then you can take
Because
Tigers.
because if they all don't play, that's when Cowboys win 500-0.
Yeah.
I need them all to play to make sure. Wow. I don't think I've laughed that hard in my life. What a team. Wait.
Dewey at centres for speed. Heath at 5'8". Royce Hunt to play 6 minutes starting front row. Seyfarth and Twell. Naden Jackbird, Sione Fainu, and Sukar.
Oh, shit.
That rivals like most. Fuck me.
They genuinely could come last.
Yeah, they're horrible. I'm sorry, Chris. It's really derailed for our Tigers, but that's the way it goes.
I'm
sometimes.
sorry. I'm sorry the Tigers fans to listen to
Cowboys,
this guy.
if you can't lose, this is a new low.
No. If Cowboys lose, they could come
Wow,
last.
they're black backline. Robert Derby, Laybert, Vilea, Jackson Paulo.
Wait, who else is supposed
Taulungi's out. Oh. That's really bad. And they're running out the high-powered offensive Purdue and Dearden. I think this is the best game of the round.
Nah.
The Cowboys might lose to Carousel by himself.
Nah.
Souths almost did it.
Actually, we have one iconic...
John Bateman in the revenge game. This is really good. Harrison Edwards and Naden come on at the same time. It's pretty good.
No, we have one great game every day. There's obviously Dragons Knights. That's their own entity. Then it's Cowboys Raiders. Cowboys Tigers. And then obviously
Sunday we got a good one as well.
We got South. So.
Saturday night at the
Wait,
Fortress.
you didn't say what your tip was.
Tigers with a gun to my head.
Yes.
Just because I like them.
The Tigers.
I can't lay. I can't lay 10 with Cowboys. I'm sorry.
I don't know.
Moving
if I'll
on to
survive
the thrill in
Saturday.
Manila. The Quitters versus the Quitters, essentially. Broncos now laying -1.5 at Brookvale based on the following news. Lehigh Hapawadi named at fullback with Tom Trebojevic giving up for the 50th week.
Again.
Tommy Talau comes in on the wing with a return from his hamstring injury. Cherry Evans named to back up from Origin, so Jake Arthur goes to the reserves.
Thank God.
Josh Alai and Ben Trebojevic return. Tauke Aho is out with a calf injury, and Jake Trebojevic is giving it another week to recover from his head knock.
Sure. So they can go pump nights.
Pat Carrigan and Payne Haas have been named to back up for their club 3 days after Origin. Jesse Arthurs is playing fullback for no reason. Cobbo goes back to the wing after playing fullback, because I guess he's not 100%.
Okay.
And Ben Takura comes onto the bench instead of Fletcher Baker, who should never wear a Broncos jersey again. 1.5, is that it? Manly, shout out to Bryson if you watch this podcast.
Manly have given up.
I'm done with you, cunts.
They've given up.
You fucking suck.
I don't know why they've given up, though.
There's no reason to have given up. That's what annoys me.
Yeah, that's what
And Broncos, for all
giving up.
their own issues, I don't think they're far off actually putting a good performance in. And off a bye probably came at a better time for them, whereas you cunts played and gave up to Para. And I'm sorry, it takes more than 7 days for me to flush that out of my memory. Essentially a pick 'em, and now Turbo's not playing. Jake Trebojevic
Against Haas and Carrigan.
Jake Trebojevic was just the sort of game you need him in. It's Broncos all the way. Fuck Manly.
Yeah, I agree. Like, truly, this will be the epitome of the season if Manly go win.
Well, where do Broncos go if they lose again? To the fucking toilet.
Manly, if Broncos lose this, they won't make the 8.
Yeah.
Like, it's done.
There's no reason for them to lose.
And if Manly win this, I'll be like, well, where was this last week, you dickheads?
I don't think you can say there's one good thing that Manly have better going for them than Broncos.
No, they don't.
You can't even say hard or hope or anything.
I don't know. Arthur's is playing us. No. It literally will just be like Broncos have... Who's given up more between Broncos and Manly? I think we discussed this last week.
Manly, yeah.
I think we discussed this last week. Who's more likely to make the 8? I said Manly, you said Broncos.
But that was before they lost to Para.
Obviously, that was before they lost to Para and before all the injuries happened. So fair enough to myself. But this will be epitome of because Manly, the only way they win is heart, and they have no heart. So
they win through their attacks are hard to handle, right? But I'm sorry,
this attack is
this is not even the version of attack we're scared of.
Exactly. So if Broncos lose to this attack, they've just given up.
Yeah, I agree with you. There's no although if Haas and Carrigan, either of them don't play, that's pretty annoying. But I mean, they don't have Jake, and
even if they don't play,
their forwards are awful without them.
Yeah, that's true.
Because then you have
Baker.
Baker's starting. I'm good.
Agreed.
Realistically, though,
Is
I
that
think this
it?
is the bye. Like Broncos were fucking themselves over a lot through their
Let's see
losses.
if Madge just like fix them up.
Let's see if the bye did anything for them.
On to the game of
This
the
is where it
round.
gets go. Shout out to all my G's out there, all the Waz
Yeah,
supporters.
shout out to G's.
Coming off a loss, which we haven't been able to say that many times this season. For you guys, now laying 2.5 against Souths. Coming off their bye, and they won some garbage. They beat Broncos for no reason and Tigers for no reason.
Why are you making fun of South? You like them?
Just the one change for the side that raped Tigers, which is Sean Kepi joining the bench instead of mid-Blanc. What a change. Breaking news, guys. Who cares? Fisher Harris returns from suspension and Rocco Berry is also back on deck. Mitch Barnett has been named to back up from Origin. Halasima goes to the bench after starting against Raiders with Jacob Laban to start 18th man.
Why'd they drop Halasima for?
Well,
It's Warriors.
they're running out the high-powered forward pack of Fisher Harris, Egan, Barnett, Capewell, Niokora and Aaron Clark.
Yeah, fair enough.
So what do you think in this case? Are Warriors the play laying 2.5 or will Souths get them off their bye? Or you have no idea?
Surely we take Warriors. How's this only... It's South. It's 2.5.
Well, Souths fucking keep winning every week.
Yeah, but like, shit. They're actually not good at all. The forwards shouldn't match them. The backline isn't much better.
Souths suck.
I know. But like, it's
Holy
Warriors.
fuck, this is 2.5?
Yeah.
Souths are awful.
It's South. But like, they wake up and win games. I did hear, which will help a lot, if they get Terrell May. Which is really funny. They want
Taylor
to
May?
get Taylor May, yeah.
Yeah, well, they don't have him this week. They're running out Bentley Hope and they're only getting 2.5. Jaden Sullivan.
You know what?
Aitken,
I promise you, this is
Hubner.
not me, and this is not. This is the bookies like wishing Warriors lose one. Realistically, this should be 4.5, 5. These guys are worse than Dolphins.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, Warriors are 10 times better than these guys.
yeah,
Well, considering who is out for South,
Exactly.
caveat. It's literally Latrell Kalamatangi again.
yeah.
Can they three-peat with just those two? And Campbell Graham? I hope not.
Now, if they do, like, I feel like the G's won't come back after that. Because they won't want to hear what I have to say. But there's no reason to lose this game. I'm giving you guys credit. There's no reason to lose to South at all.
You guys are like...
Way better than them. They're shit.
Especially where Souths are deficient in the middle. Like,
Yeah.
that's where you guys excel, right? I know you're coming off like a physical, hard-fought loss in the rain where you probably should have won against Raiders, but you fell apart. Can you get the show back on track 7 days later? Although they do run out Fisher Harris and Barnett, which is a big part
Exactly,
of why
they
they
didn't
keep
have
winning
that last-
games. I know Fisher Harris hasn't been there for a lot of the wins, but Barnett's probably their best forward in his absence. And now they're getting two of them where Souths literally like have to play Kalamatangi and Jairo
It's like they're not
500
playing.
minutes. They shouldn't.
If they both weren't playing, then it would be 2.5. But they're playing.
You know what, G's?
No, you should put them under the... There's no reason to lose to South.
I know I should. Truly, G's. The bookies actually hate your team more than me and Chris do.
Yeah, I know.
For you
Why
cunts
is-
to be 2.5 to Souths after being 1.5 to Dolphins and 2.5 to fucking what we pick them to Tigers. It's just week after week. Like, when are you guys going to get to a point where you lay 10 as a top 4 side? Raiders do it every week. Melbourne do it every week. Dogs do it every week. Broncos do it from 14th every week. You guys every week, oh yeah, 1.5, 2.5 to teams not in the 8. It's fucking Souths, for God's sake.
Yeah, you should pump them.
Yeah, I think you talked me into it. This is
South.
getting out of control. Of
has
Souths
to be
keep
what?
winning. Fuck off.
Agreed. Oh, fuck. There's too many good games.
This is awful.
There's too many good games.
The Battle of the West.
I love
Shout out
this
to
shit.
the ambassador of the Eels, Seabass. Shout out to Joel Coddington. You guys are high and flying mighty after you, two-peated, three-peated, whatever the fuck you've done. You're the unstoppable force of the NRL after starting
Against the
0-6
team that is stoppable.
and playing the cellar dweller Penrith
What happened to
Panthers,
this guy?
who are 17th.
Why is
Steve Harvey, he's out. That's insane to me.
Aw.
Him and his mate are going to sit next to each other on the bench. The Penrith Panthers are laying 4.5 at their home ground of Combank Stadium. So this is essentially a
away from
Parramatta
home.
home game. The Battle of the West normally does push you to the edge of your seat for one
Does
reason
it?
or another. Either Penrith win by 50 or win by 2, but have the tables turned to where Para can actually compete with these losers who are 17th now. We'll have to see. Obviously, you can just scrape out what you saw last week.
Because Manly was shit.
No, not in terms of that game. In
Penrith.
terms of the Knights game,
Well,
because
Manly
you're
was
getting a
shit as
completely different lineup with Edwards, To'o, Cleary, Yo, and Martin coming back from Origin. Sorensen returns from suspension, which sees Isaac Tungo go back to centre from back row. Harrison Hesset keeps his place on the bench after a strong debut where they lost 70-0 to Knights. Liam Henry is serving a 2-game suspension for crushing Dylan Lucas's neck because they couldn't tackle him. Dane Laurie and Paul Adamati have dropped to the reserves with Brad Schneider.
How can you keep anyone from that team?
You can't, yeah. Mitch Moses and Zach Lomax return from their winning ways in Origin. Dean Hawkins goes to the reserves after his 4-try assist performance. Shout out to Matt. I'm sure you enjoyed seeing that. Sean Russell slides from the wing to centre to replace Will Penasini. Josh Papali retains his place on the bench after impressing against Manly, who gave up. 4.5.
Is that it?
This is the... Fuck me. What does this league come to? This is the annual fixture where it's 14.5 every fucking game for the past 6 years. Have Penrith truly fallen to be 4.5 with their order? They laid a bigger line last week.
I know.
What does that tell you about Knights? Nah, this is out of fucking control.
That's so short, bro.
4.5. What would you put this as?
8?
At least.
Like,
Nah, come on.
there's nothing. They're just going to kick the low backs all day, aren't they?
Yeah.
The whole game.
Yeah. Nah, I'm sorry, Para fans.
Without Panasini as well.
I'm not going to poo-poo your team, but this is like...
What do you mean poo-poo? They're shit.
All the analysis is on Penrith of you're laying 4 against Para. Come on, man.
Yeah, that's like... Their lines have adjusted. Warriors haven't. Which is fascinating. Warriors are second. Or
Do you think any of this line is priced in that...
they got raped by Knights?
No, Cleary or To'o or Edwards might not play? I feel like because it's a Sunday, they'll all back up. And they're fucking last.
If they don't,
These motherfuckers used to back up when they were first.
if they don't back up, they're one of the biggest bitches in the world.
They'll back up.
You're literally last. Did you watch last week?
Yeah.
Like,
you can't allow
You
that
can't
out
allow
there
that to happen again.
for your club.
No way.
Nah. 4.5. I think
Para could give up.
nah,
They've two-peated. Who
I
cares?
I think this is a mispricing. I'll have this at 8.5. Come
Yeah.
on. At the end of the day, it's Penrith.
Yeah, I know.
Like-
It will close at 6.
What was Penrith's... They raped Broncos.
Yep.
Did they give up the week after that to someone? Or did they have a bye and then give
They
up
had
to
a bye
Knights?
and they gave up to
Yeah.
Knights.
So when we most recently saw this team, they won 40-8 to Broncos. And I feel like this week they're much closer than that than the team that got bent over by Dylan Lucas.
Yeah.
So 4.5. I'd also put them under the rest, but they're already 17, so I don't care enough to. But
Warriors should
this
be
is
on.
one of my more confident bets of the week.
You should really put Warriors
Para,
under
wake
that.
up to
You
yourself.
should really put Warriors under
Well, you got to think of an upset alert, mate. Are we changing it to favourites alert or pick'em alert? Because we end the round with a pick'em. Shout out to J Mass. Shout out to Barnsey.
Shout out
The mighty
Charles.
Sydney Roosters, after winning a handful of games in a row, take on Charles Kroons' Canberra Raiders after they went to New Zealand, went down 8-0 in that pouring rain with a sin bin and came out on top in that one 16-10 full time to cement themselves as second on the competition ladder. Is there many changes in this one? Yes, there is, Chrissy.
For what reason? Who's out?
Because the team that bent over Sharks gets a whole host of players back to become even stronger and even harder to contain.
Oh, no.
Because Lindsay Collins, Spencer Leniu, Connor Watson, Rabbitohs and Angus Crichton are all set to back up on Sunday. Faketi,
shouldn't be
Egan
allowed.
Butcher are fucked off along with Dom Young and Makatoa and Benaya Yellow dropped to the reserves after smashing Sharks.
Yeah. It wasn't good enough.
After
They're going to be Melbourne.
on the Raider side of things, Owen Paddy makes his first start in the hooker position because Tom Starling's suspended.
Oh.
Hudson comes in after playing 10 minutes and Sasangi goes to the bench with Noah Martin
Hudson's
making way. So essentially you got a full-strength Raiders, full-strength-ish
All right.
Roosters team
If I had under the rest,
with a pick him at Allianz.
if I had under the rest, it would be Roosters.
Why?
Like,
Because inherently you don't think they're good.
yeah, I know.
So should they
but
really
you
be...
think they are?
But I don't think they're better than Raiders.
They're not, but Raiders are playing another
So
game.
can I put them under duress if they pick them to
Yeah.
a team I think they're shitter than? Probably not.
Yeah, but Raiders like in a bad spot.
Like, for example...
Raiders are in an awful spot.
Yeah, they are. That's why I would say Roosters should rape them.
Raiders is the worst spot. Like, you can't get Raiders on a better day.
Yeah, I know. You guys coming off a big win, getting all your Origin players back. You have extended rest to play on the Sunday. Raiders played last Sunday in awful conditions in New Zealand.
won the comp.
They have the emotional high of winning that game. They lose Starling. I'm surprised Tarpany's not suspended, but now to go from New Zealand to Allianz to play a high-flying Roosters team that are making a top 8 push, there's really no reason for Roosters to lose this game, in my opinion. Will they win the game? I think they will. I'll probably back them as well.
No, it's Roosters.
But I feel like they should actually be getting 2 points.
Who, Roosters?
Yeah.
Yeah, they can have 2. I know Roosters.
Like we keep saying.
Look, I know Roosters. They're going to fuck this up. I already know. They're going to lose
In what
to Hudson.
capacity?
They'll lose to Hudson. Something stupid. Like, Raiders, there's no reason for them to go win. But what I've seen all year is the teams that have no reason go win because the same team goes back to their stupid ways, and Roosters will go back to their stupid ways come Sunday.
They can't help themselves.
They can't help themselves. They can't do it twice in a row. They'll just go, all right, you know what? We're going to start giving penalties, and Raiders will get a jump on us, and we can't do anything against the kicking game of Fogarty, and we have fucking no kicking game whatsoever. Oh, we can't just kick to Tupou because Raiders know how to stop it, which they don't, but they just... No, actually, they don't know how to stop it. Roosters just won't do it anymore. Last week, it was such a good idea against Harati, but this week, we're not going to do it against... Savage. Roosters being Roosters. That's what we're going to get out of them. You think they're good. I still think they're the same rubbish as they were before. And last week is out of my memory because last week doesn't mean anything in this sport. Roosters are going to lose. Not that they should lose.
Who did they beat the week before last?
They
Roosters?
pumped someone for no reason.
They went into their bye off a big win. Who'd they beat?
They lost the Dogs. Covered and lost.
For no reason.
Again, they just
It's a good performance, though. I feel like they've been playing good footy the last 4 or 5 weeks.
Yeah, they just lose themselves. It's Roosters. Nothing's changed.
The pricing's not great because I feel like you should be getting them as underdogs based on what Raiders have done and proved this year. Raiders are probably in a lower iteration of Warriors of not getting enough respect. And if you just blindly back Raiders every week, you're doing great on the season. But in this spot and in this situation, last week Warriors were kind of due a loss and they lost the game they probably should have won. I feel like this game will kind of be similar where Raiders should win. They are value technically, but they're just going to go and lose by 4 for no reason.
Yeah.
Because they're just running out of gas.
It could be that.
So
for sure.
I would go Roosters.
And they go pump South next week. Definitely.
Yeah. Don't worry about South. But yeah, I'm pretty confident.
I've got to pick my upset alert.
Knights.
No.
I'll give you candidates. They're not great. Knights, Titans,
No.
Tigers, Manly,
No.
Souths,
Fuck no.
Para, and the last game's a pick'em.
There's only one game I paused on.
Tigers. I can't wait for that reel on Saturday morning. Last week we got 5 underdogs. We could get 7 favourites this round. There's no reason for Knights to win, Eels to win.
7 favourites and 1 underdog. Tigers.
Oh
yeah, I can play the song too.
They're so bad. Did Manly win?
No.
It's not even cool if they win.
No. Okay.
South?
The cool ones
South?
are South, but I can't take them. They're the wrong price. The cool one is definitely Knights, but again, they're shit, and I can't take them. Titans will never win in any capacity. Neither will Manly in my eyes. Neither will Para, and Roosters is a pick-em. So I'm left with Tigers.
It's a shit round for upset alert. You have to take Tigers.
It has to be Tigers. Sorry, lads, it has to be Tigers. Go Tigers.
Bulldogs, Dolphins, and Sharks with a bye.
Thank God.
Will you miss any of them?
No.
I'll miss Dolphins. The high-powered offense.
They play Dragons next week.
Yeah.
Too high
Shit game. I won't miss Sharks. I'm happy to see the back of you fucks after last round. But 3 things you're looking forward to this round. We'll probably share it.
Knights.
Yep.
Money Man in particular.
Will he score past Fletcher Hunt and show him the money symbol?
Probably will, regardless of where he scores. Obviously, Tigers. That game is becoming more and more comical the more I think about it. And South. They're their own entity.
All right. I want to watch Para lose 150-0. I want to watch Roosters. Will they give up?
You have to say Knights.
Yeah. Yeah. Will Dylan Lucas go and score another hat-trick past Flano?
You might. They've swapped the jerseys so they could stop Dylan Lucas.
Anyway, what are we, 2 a.m?
2 of them.
Peace out at the Back Yourself podcast. You let us know who you'll be tipping this round. Will Souths go out there and fire up? Will Warriors win another game to get back into winning ways. Are Raiders going to keep their winning ways coming, or will they get raped by Roosters? Do Knights have any chance? Do Tigers have any chance? Have Manly truly given up on the year? Is there a fucking 200-0 coming at 3 p.m. on Saturday by Melbourne? You boys let us know what you think.
Yeah, I think that's it.
All right, peace out, guys.
Peace.